Disclaimer. The information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion. That is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand, to be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to the 180th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond. I'll be a host today, along with Dean and Mark. And today is Tuesday, July 27th, 2021. And I believe we're ready to go with the Universal Council. And let me get today's workshop arranged here. There we go. Okay, Universal Council, take it away.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Rick. Thank you to all who's been here and give your support. Thank you so much. So today, I don't know if someone new would like to read the introduction, because otherwise we're always the same people reading. So I thought maybe someone would like to read it. Someone was here as a panelist. Is anyone would like to read it? Because I'm reading it very bad. My reading, when I read, I'm not read very clearly. So I leave you. Is anyone would like to read it?
I remind Azar that she can open her mic as well. If I can't promote her to panelist right now, but you can talk.
Azar, can you open the microphone? Or let's see.
And good morning.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. This is Azar Yusufasi. Just give me a second, please. Sorry about this. Okay, so this is a platform for one planet, one nation, one race for world peace, and we're here as a Universal Council. This platform is held to bring guidelines and guidance and opportunities for people understand the value of themselves, who they are, and what are they capable of doing. As I mentioned one time in, I think it was in a UC Telegram, that each human being on this planet, either they know it or they don't know it, they're like a piece of diamond. Is how diamond, when you extract it and when you shape it, become shining like a star. No matter where you go, it always shines. So each human being is just like that. And the analogy I used is this piece of diamond is in a can of garbage that is stings, and but the diamond is there. And the more we trust ourselves, who we are the image of God, and with that trust, when we all the wrongdoing people do is the notion of trust is not there. When the trust is not there, fear arises. When fear arises, we start doing things that is not correct. Either we don't think correct, we don't talk correct, or we don't do anything correct. That comes all from fear. When the love replace that, which comes from the trust, then everything disappears. Just like sugar in the water, it dissolves. So that's what human is, and it's our job in any way we can. Could be by words, and it could be a small action, could be in anything that we think about. It can happen to us on a daily basis, on a one-to-one session with someone, or in a group platform or bigger platform, or in conferences. In any way we can, opportunity comes up, we allow people to see the diamond they are, the shining star they are. Because we're not here to tell people what to do and what not to do, because it's not our job. Because each human being has the software of what they're here to do, but they just have to, as I said, they have to polish it. They have to get rid of the garbage and be able to see the shining star. And this is what this platform is, to allow people with the science of plasma technology, because science of plasma technology is science of creation, is nothing else. The creation that came from Creator, and everything is connected to that. Every single thing, from the thoughts, from our mind, we're connected to everything in the cosmos, in the universe. So this is where we're going to take humanity step by step. And as I see it, as I see on a daily basis, on encountering people by accident or in places, I see people are more waking up. But if we listen to things like platforms like TV or newspaper, that's not where you see it. You see it on a daily basis, on a street, in your office, wherever you go. You see how people are started to unfold their own essence to find who they are and what they do. So I'm going to read what is written here, which is what we have for One Planet, One Nation, One Race for World Peace. Through the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal and are as creators, as they are created in the image of the Creator. Thank you.
Thank you, Azar. Here we got the wish. Is anyone want to read the wish? Sweta would like to read the wish.
Yes, I will read the wish. Thank you, my dear Stefania. Thank you, Azar. Beautiful, beautiful indeed. And this is the wish. We, the Universal Council, wish for the children in this moment to be educated with the science of universal knowledge, lead the world in safety, harmony, and abundance. I am present.
I'm present.
I am present.
I'm present.
I am present.
Present.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Like Mr. Keshe said, thank you to be here. Welcome to be here today in this presentation. And like every week, I will speak about the World Peace Project, One City, One Center. Can you hear me properly? Just to check, because
Clearly, yep, it's great.
Yes, great, fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna talk slowly for who translate. Yes, so this World Peace Project. So as you can see, the peace treaty, it's very important because this technology, the technology of today, as you know, it's very forward. So you can see here, for example, in the Keshe Foundation, Mr. Keshe has been teaching now for many years the plasma technology. Like Azar would say, plasma technology means is a technology that comes from the universe. So it's a technology that it's connected with how the universe work. And as Mr. Keshe said in the interview, the Italian interview that we had a couple of Mondays ago, more than ever now, there is the need to go towards the real science, the true science. The science of how everything is creating. So anything you see around you, can be a table, can be a chair, can be a tree, can be whatever is around you, you include it, how all this is created, how everything around you is created, where it's come from. So more than ever now, we're going very close to the truth of creation. So when we say that we are in the image of God, the image of the creation, is not like another religion or another group of religions. God, you can call him God, you can call him creator, you can call him creation, the source of where everything comes from. These are the very important questions that are never been answered, or yes, has been answered, but they are not taught in everyday life. So the most important question are always the question that no one knows the real answer. So now more than ever, sorry about that. So now more than ever, we're going towards this true. We're going towards to know this true, the true answer of these questions. Mr. Keshe, he sharing his knowledge with all humanity. And there are, of course, it always been said that there is not just Mr. Keshe, there are many other people who find a different way to be able to find this true answer for these very important questions. Why you're here, where you come from, which is your purpose here on Earth. Very important questions. So this platform, it's like Azar was saying before, is a platform where all the knowledge seeker, all people who seek the true knowledge, they can come together and discuss and find solution of the problematic of today. Like Mr. Keshe said, for example, in that interview, in the Italian interview, more than ever, we need this to come close to the true science, to really find the real solution for the problem of today. As you know, so it's not good to, like we took many time, have a solution for only one thing. Like, for example, I repeat this many times, like the electric car, where you have a solution, maybe because you don't use the petrol, but then you have other problem because you have the battery, and then you're using the petrol, but use more low-cost petrol. So there are false. Electric car are false, are a good example of false solution for the environment. So we really need to come close to understand how the universe works. We need to really, there is an urgent need to understand how everything is creating, where we come from. So that's why we come to make this project, World Peace Project. And as we said many times, because as you come closer to the knowledge of the universe, this cannot be cannot be controlled from few bunch of people. Cannot be controlled. The game of power, once you go closer to the real knowledge of the universe, the game of power that there is today, it doesn't stand. It will fall like cards, like a castle of cards. It's all smoke and no consistency. And it's not a real help. It actually makes more mess, as we can see around us. Everything, we got a lot of problem with pollution, with the environment, with the air that we breathe, with the water that we drink. So there is a real urge now to take full responsibility of each one of us, or you that you are listening now. There is now responsibility of to see what we can do together. So that's why we call him one city, one center, because there is no more time of separation. There is no more time of making money out of anything. There is just urgent need of true knowledge, true solution to be able to go forward in peace, in abundance, no need to struggle, no need to suffering, no need to starve with food. So these are all fear of the whole society that is breaking. We see in everyday news, it's breaking down in front of our eyes. A lot of things become a lot of things that people they thought be true. Now they realizing that they're false, and they so there is really urgent of get together and think about the future. What can we do next? This whatever is now, it didn't work. So what we can do together to make a change and to finally enjoy life. So this is World Peace Project. This is what is in front of you. So we thought from the Keshe Foundation to start with this. Everyone has to start from something and see where we can go. So here, for example, you can see the pictures of the 2 announcement unit. We show them every week just to remind people that we don't talk about future, we talk about now. So these machines are built now, they are existing now. But there is more to that. There is more to that. So to be able to make a total change, we need us to understand this knowledge, because it's very new. It's for some people maybe it's not new, but for most people, I speak for every ordinary people. They think this is a fiction, or they think this is they don't understand. I can see from a lot of time when we make interview with Mr. Keshe, for example, in the Italian interview, a lot of people, it's a lot to comprehend. So we are lucky people who've been followed the plasma technology for many years, because we had time to digest, to get used to think in a different way, in a new way. And we allowed our brain to open up to a new way of thinking. And we put to one side the old way of thinking, or we no, actually, maybe put to one side is not the right word, because you have to live your daily life as it is. But we add in knowledge. We kind of open our mind to add new knowledge, knowledge that maybe we didn't we aware before. So we had the time. People in the Keshe Foundation had the time. Old knowledge seekers, people who have been here a long time, had the time to gradually growing and digest all this. But there are people who are new. For example, maybe you are new, then maybe you already are made your own homework, so you already study how the universe work from other source, and maybe now what you're listening, because I'm going to show you now something very special that happened last week. So what you're about to listen now, for you will make sense, because you've done your homework through other source. The knowledge of the universe is one. So even though maybe you study shamanism, or you study Indian philosophy, or you study the Egyptian or the ancient technology, this will make sense to you. If you maybe you never heard this before, this will be sounds too abstract. But I will ask you to open up your mind on what you're gonna listen now. I'm gonna show you what Mr. Keshe has presented last week in the Knowledge Seeker Workshop of 390. You can look it in YouTube. It is a breakthrough. It's a very big step for humanity. Some people of you will not understand anything about it, but I will ask to be patient and to maybe just read more about it, and others will make perfectly sense. So I just wanted to share this because it was a teaching that Mr. Keshe did as a gift to humanity to help us in this present time. So he gave us a tool, a free tool to each one of you, each one of us. And you can look it up, study it, and processing and see what you can take out of it. But this tool, it will give you everything you need to how you say it, to find peace in yourself and not having fear, not having worry about the future. So Rika, if you would like to go ahead, and then we can comment at the end. It's about I'll tell you, it's half an hour, so it's gonna be quite a good talk. So have a cup of tea ready and sit in the chair and enjoy the ride.
Stefania,
Yeah.
Before
Please.
we start with that,
If you wanted to say something,
Before we start with that, I just want to say, I was I wasn't here for 2 weeks. I was in Peru. I went to the Amazon. Then from there, I went to the Cusco and Sacred Valley. I stayed in a village there. And from being in the Amazon, the city there, to where I went, end up in a village. The village is about 100 people. What I see, countries like United States or wealthy country like this, the government came in and gave people some stipend for like money or food. Even in New York, there are places they offer food. You can go pick up a package. But when you go to these places, they absolutely have nothing. And there's no one to give them anything, not money, not food, nothing. So, and most of, when I look at that country, is all depending, there's so many countries like these countries that they're really depending on tourism. Like a single day, 5,000 people go to Machu Picchu. 5,000 people is a lot of people. And then when I look at Cusco, when I came back, there are people on the street, and some of them is sitting there. They're not even asked for money because they never did. They're not beggars, but they have nothing. But at the same time, that actually, as I was going by, I was just giving some small money to these people that they go have some food. So the platform we hold in two directions, we really have to emphasize. One, toward the governments, because once the governments understand this, they can act from top down. They can actually access these people and do it in an organized way. But our job is how can we reach out, help these people? Because I'm sitting here and of course, even if you don't have anything, you can ask for money from the government, get the unemployment and things like this. But how is it like an old woman, like 60, 70, a man, they just, how do they survive? How we can bring this to them? I mean, I was thinking constantly and asked the woman in the village that was staying in the house, and I asked her, how did you guys manage for this past year, from when it started in March until now, the country is open now. She said in the village it was much easier because as they started to bother with each other, like one person had this product, exchange it for the other product. They kind of knew each other, helped each other. But there are people who didn't have that even luxury, but still these people have a hard time because how far can you go? So the question is now, how can in the front line, in terms of the public, especially the countries like this, countries really poor, how can we bring this knowledge to them? How can we make them understand? How can you help them in the initial survival they had? Because they don't even have food. So I have tons of stuff coming to my mind. I was thinking about contact this woman in a village to start maybe soup kitchen in Peru or extend it to other countries and create a plasma water in these places and cook with it, because having in Peru, having corn and quinoa, these are potatoes, they're very cheap. And you can actually give the basic needs with these things to people at the same time, start working with them and talk to them and bring the knowledge to them. But then I came to the realization we really have to work in two platforms, in the lower end and the upper, which is the government. We can't just do on one side. We extend more to these people, especially the people who have absolutely nothing. And how can we reach our voice to them? Because when they don't have nothing, they cannot even go to a YouTube or read this or any of this. And some of them are totally lost. I met a man who that's his job, sell painting. And then he wanted to sell me painting. I didn't need painting, but I had to give him something because that's his job. I don't need painting, but how can he survive? And these are the things that it runs through my mind. How can we get to that layer of the population in the world? Layer that they have nothing. Thank you.
Thank you, Azar. I think that's why we start to introduce the work of the soul. So, for example, with the piece of dome, with the plasma, when we do the plasma dome, when we spray plasma, I know that it sounds abstract for some people who are new to this, but so there is a old way of we are used to see the world, and then there is also the I don't know if all the new way. I don't know if it's correct, but if it's the correct way. But as the people get more used to the fact that a lot can be done at the soul level. So, for example, many times when you see, for example, a man in the street begging for money or for food, and a lot of time, for example, in UK where I am now, people will say, okay, he's a drug addict. I don't want to give them money because I know you're going to spend money for drug. So I would like to help him, but I don't know how. And I remember once Mr. Keshe said, if you go into the habit to mentally send him love, that love, if you take the word love, is energy fields. So we have to really get used to, if we want to learn how the universe works and how we are created, we have to get used to this idea of start to feel the fields. Everything is energy fields. Energy, everything is magnetic and gravitational, no, as you know. So really have to start to get into the habit to become aware of those fields that we don't see. Not for nothing, they created the pyramids, the stone circle. Many of you know about this airline, these energy fields, the aura. You have to get into the habit of communicate, use these fields, the fields level. So that's why we do the spray of the dome of peace, because we go into this habit of think also of the fields, the presence of the fields. So if you see someone who is lying there and you don't want to make his life worse by giving money, for example, I remember when I was in Nepal, don't give money to children because then they put them in the street. So it's always tricky. How can we help each others, even from distance? And the one solution that is most effective is at the soul level. So if we can get used to the fact that there is this world of fields and we're not just physical, there is a lot we can do together. Even, and you're right, we have to help at the top and the bottom. So even with the politician, if we got into the way of elevate them instead of is their fault and start to speak bad about them, we just go into this habit of elevate each others. It's not anymore a time of looking for who to blame and whose fault is, but it's a time to get united and elevate each other's. And this can be done. Anyone who is into nanotechnology, or anyone who is into distance healing, anyone who is into yoga, anyone who is into Tai Chi, Qigong, martial art, they know, or Qi, or they know about these fields. So, but we are not, we have to start to use them in such a way that we can help people by distance. Like the experiment they done with mouse, where one mouse in one part of the earth and then the other mouse in the part of the earth, or with the monkeys, they both learn in the same time. This now is also scientifically proved. It's not like I'm talking fairy tale stuff. And if you don't know about this, it's just because you didn't do the homework. If someone listen and think I'm crazy, I'm not crazy. It's now this what is the knowledge you have to go into. So I always remind that to really start to work at the soul level, as at the physical level, of course. You know, so we have to do our best, and helping people around you. Don't go even yes, sorry, Rick. Yeah, if you want to go ahead, yes. So so I don't know if I know you know this, Azar, but I just wanted to also remind, you know, I just want to remind everyone about this. But I don't know, you whole knowledge seeker know this as well. Okay, so we can go to listen. Sorry, Rick. We can go to listen, Mr. Keshe, and this also can help what Mr. Keshe is gonna say now. Okay, thank you.
Will take it further than it goes, because you will never, according to our work we've seen, extended the knowledge. But today, I introduce you something very delicate and very simple, but needs a lot of understanding. This, if understood, will change many of your lives. If not understood, is another thing you make and then you play with, and then you'll be amazed if something happens. The cup of universe is simple. We try step by step to make you independent of killing, to consume. We make you to see, to understand the creation of your emotion. We see you to understand what it means to bring the two dimensions together in the dimension of the soul of the man and the soul of physicality of the man. If you go back and look, the body of the man is a combination of the soul of physicality and the soul of the man, and interaction with what we call the inertia of this planet, and how it comes to become contained, and how it becomes to be held in the containment of itself in the dimension of the elevation of the soul of the man and the soul of physicality of the man. And from there on, many other application and implication of this technology. The reason we are teaching this is pressure on pharmaceutical. You will understand in a coming time what this means. In the process of the development of the what we call cups of life, and one cup, one life, and everything else, we taught you step by step to take a new dimension, a new direction, a new understanding. And we guided you in a very simple way in how you could extend the knowledge, how you could bring the totality together. In the body of the man, we have always seen, as we said before, the extension and intention and application of the technology in an appropriate way, where mankind accesses the totality. In so many ways, once we start playing the games of the creation, it becomes very interesting how things will change, how the games will become in a different way apparent. If you go back to what we started with a cup, one life, with creation and understanding of the materials, and then going back into the cup of life, creation of the soul, and then creation of the soul of physicality, and then going down to everything else to be the gravitational magnetic fields in a cup of earth at the bottom. What you have you should have understood and done by now, which no one has done, is this represents the man in a vertical section. What does it really represent the man in totality? The teaching of today is extremely simple, but will bring evolution and revolution in the world of the science, in the world of medicine, and in the world of food industry. In a space, you do not carry medicine. In a space, you do not carry what we call water, you do not carry food, but you carry the soul of the man. So it's time for man to start to go through what I call pre-training to become man of a space, to understand the process, to understand the gravity of the creation of life. So with the mankind, if we give him a cup of universe, has to look in a different way and has to understand the totality of existence, his life on this planet. What do you have? In this present time, you have in your knowledge a number of what I call elements, which you have privilege to use, but you have to understand too. You have CuO, which comes from copper oxide. You have, on the other hand, let me clear this, then you don't get confusion. You have copper oxide, and you have the zinc oxide, or what we call nano-coated copper and nano-coated zinc. This means nano-coated for both those of you who understand how we abbreviate. You always had a copper nano-coated and a zinc plate. When you put a nano-coated copper in a spiral shape and a zinc nano-coated in a spiral shape, for the first time, you create the field of emotion. Where, in fact, in the center of this field sits the soul of the man. If you remember, when we nano-coated and created the spiral, we entered the dimension of multiplicity of the field forces. Here, you do not create any more CO2. Here, in conjunction with other factors in this cup, you create emotion. You create condition to change, to strengthen, or to bring in operation the soul of the man. But this is not so simple. The body of the man has another part to it. You have the iron, and you have iron in the dimension of the blood of the man, but you have iron in the dimension of the gravity of the planet too. In so many ways, now the body of the man needs processing, needs dimension and direction, needs to be able to interact. So if you have understood the process of the creation in a very simple way. You have understood the process of where you put Zn in nano coating and Zn without nano coating. But now is the multiplicity of the application and implication. Then you have to do the same. You have what we call the copper, and the copper as a state of art of the man. To make it clearer for you, I'll put this in a spot. Here, the zinc and copper are in a natural state and not in the nano-coated state, where the spirals indicate interaction of the fields of the soul and interaction of the emotion of the matter state of the existence. In so many ways, now you have life, you have a structure of the life, but you have not committed life to its next extension, which means to have energy to move multiple, energy to be able to survive. The condition of the creation of the multiplicity of the energy comes through two things. You had the what I call the galvanized system, which you have. You need these two to create the energy, the sugar, the CH3. And this gives you two dimensions of energies. In a way, if you understand it, you have a structure which gives you everything you need in the depth of the universe. Everything which is needed to contain and live for man on this planet. But there are a number of factors which you have to consider in the process of creation. Up to now, you always used sodium salt. But life of the man has more salts, has more combination. For this cup to work, you need to find the right combination of the sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium salt. It's not anymore just the salt you produce. This cup has to contain what man relies on in every dimension of the life, including silica. Now you have a man in a cup, not man in 5 cups. Now you come to understand the totality of the structure of the life in the dimension of the existence of the man. In so many ways, everything we have taught you from the beginning of the time of the advanced technology is in this cup. Everything which affects the life of the man in the dimension of the soul and the physicality is in this. And in so many ways, for the first time, you can find the position of the soul and the soul of physicality. If you look into this structure, you'll find out, you find a collection of the cup of life, the collection of the cup of man, the stack of units, all sits in one cup. And in so many ways, mankind has to understand this to be able to move forward. Let me explain to you what you have to understand. Fe in nano-coated spiral represent the gravitational field of the environment. Fe as iron itself indicates the creation of the blood in the presence of copper nano and a copper on its own. But at the same time, with a copper nano and a copper itself, with the presence of the blood, it creates the condition of the emotion, where our blood transfers our emotion to the brain. The interaction of these two fields on each other creates the soul of them. You need the galvanized paper, what we call films, in a spiral and a non-spiral to indicate and create the condition of creation of the sugar, energy, where in interaction with a nano copper, it brings dimension of the soul to the energy. We never had this before. Mankind never understood that even the energy in its motion has emotion. This is why the energy of a thought leads to the creation of cancer. The energies of thought in motion brings love, care. In so many ways, when you understand the structure of this cup, you will see it covers every aspect of the life. And in the process, you have to understand how you create conditions, how you manipulate the position and existence by changing these to another dimension and a gravitational field. Everything else will change, will allow you to live in a new dimension, in a new place in the universe, where iron is not the gravitational field for the strength balance of the magnetic field, but could be zinc, could be copper, could be plutonium. Because in essence, connection to the position will change the structure of the man. In so many ways, mankind will come to understand a combination of life, a combination of understanding the exact position of being in essence of existence. If you move to the position of nano-coating your galvanized sheet, then you come to create the totality of the soul, of the emotion, of the energy which you absorb, which means now you become complete. In so many ways, everything in this cup brings every dimension and direction in life of man. You can elevate the soul of the man. If you know how to create a field in this area that allows the man emotion to take the position of centrality of what we call the soul. In so many ways, if you understand the gravity and the potential of this system, in time to come, mankind will become complete in being able to absorb every energy within the structure of the universe and unicos. What's on this table, what you can see, is taken billions of years to develop. I'm sure many of you will try to do it in 5 minutes and make every accusation, as your brain is as small as your thoughts. Understand this, work with it, and you'll find a key to life in the universe. Work in the direction of transmutation of energy, you'll find how to travel in the dimension of the soul of the man than the UFOs. In so many ways, in totality, you create the what we call the existence in one dimension. In the essence of creation, you will find many, many answers to many illnesses. Solution to food, solution to pollution, solution into understanding the totality of the life and creation. In so many ways, if you understand the extent of the fields and the powers of these systems, and in manipulating them in the right way, you can extend the soul of the man, or you can extend the soul of the physicality of the man. It's you who will decide how to manifest a cup of life in the dimension of the universal direction. In a way, if you understand how to make this combination, you will come to understand you have the capability to do many things which has not been available and understood by humanity. In understanding of the totality of the work of the universe, mankind will come to understand the truth about himself, the truth about his life, the truth about the way his physicality has taken shape, and the way mankind will go to move forward into the next level of understanding. In the process of creation, everything which is available becomes the source of elevation and creation itself. Nothing can come from outside, but the entirety of the life sits within the structure of existence, within the environment which is available and has been made conditioned on what is available. You can move to move and live the exact life as you've done on earth. If you can adjust yourself to the position and the condition in the mixture of the fields of the universe, which have led to the creation of the moon. Otherwise, life becomes imprisoned on what we call the village of earth. Understanding of the technology is the beauty of the science of creation. What you see on the table, what's here, has been in your hand for past years and years. But as you have not understood the process of the creation, you have not understood the process of the elevation. How to elevate the soul, how to elevate the understanding of the man in the process of the creation. Be wise, very wise, and do not jump and make these, as you might not get what you expect, and you might regret in what you do because you do not see what you have aimed for, because you haven't understood the totality of it, and your body and your soul decides otherwise. When you make these cups, it has to be with a pure intention. Make these cups with the wrong intention, you will have a cup and piece of metals in it. Make these cups with a pure intention of what has been asked to be, to become, and you will see the elevation of the soul of the man. Do not expect to see miracle, because that's exactly what you become, the miracle itself. And then you cannot see with it. Understand the process, understand the positioning, understand the creation, understand everything which is needed, and how it's been positioned, and how it's been mixed, and how it has been brought to be in one sense or other to the process of what I call creation. The cup of universe is not for the man alone, as it has every what we call physical entity, energy, and field movement to lead to creation of life anywhere in the universe, irrespective of time, place, and position, and field strength. And if you can create combination of mixtures of fields, you can create life. Life is not exclusivity of this planet, never been and never shall be. But we have to understand how life of the man will be in different environments of the universe, as other lives have taken shape according to the environment of their existence. The field interaction, the field strength, the combination of the motion of the fields and the fields of the environment. Then you will understand soon how life should look, how you should be able to see yourself once you arrive at the position and destination. Teaching of today is very short, but the knowledge of it is beyond comprehension of the humanity, but the pictures of it so simple. And with simplicity, we have brought you the most advanced knowledge of the creation. In so many ways, you can feed your soul, you can feed your physicality, you can elevate the soul of the physicality, you can elevate the soul of the man, you can understand the creation of emotion, and altogether how creation has come about to be on every corner of this universe. Maybe today's teaching will bring you a major breakthrough in understanding. Maybe today's teaching will allow you to understand more in totality of the life and creation. Many of you have been waiting for one thing, and I'm 100% sure, many of, as we say in English, your palms twitching and asking yourself a question. How do we connect this? I'll leave that to the man.
Is that where you'd like to end this, Stefania, or would you like to carry on?
I think it's enough. Anyway, we can people can see this in YouTube in the 319 workshop. I think it's enough to give an idea of what has been taught last Thursday, and the importance of it. So important. So as I said before, this knowledge will set us free. So it's up to us now to get together and really understand it. So many of us will understand more than others, but together, you know, we progress faster. And I think this give also was answering what Azar were talking before, isn't it, Azar? As Mr. Keshe said, we cannot take food in space, we cannot take medicine, and this knowledge, this cup, for example, he said that it could give us the solution of the environment problems, give a solution of the food. So all the problematic that also Asa was talked before, they are real, they are happening today. And also, like he said, that if we understand the work of the universe, that's why it's very important that now, anyway, naturally this is happening, that by understand how the universe work, you understand how yourself work and what we can do. So as Mr. Keshe said the last time, the big change of today, as you noticed already around you, people now taking charge of their life, taking charge of their future, as the government cannot look after anymore. You know, this is the big change. Now we are taking charge of our future. So people getting organized on find solution to food and pollution. So this is one way. It's not the only way, but it's one way that can help you to get self-knowledge and find a solution. So we sharing knowledge freely. This is very important between us. That is important. So no one is left behind. And together, you know, we are many of us. So together we should be no problem. There are some who's forward, some who's behind, but together we can you know, do a lot. We don't need to wait for anyone else to save us. There is no savior that's gonna save us. So it's now we are in charge. I don't know if anyone want to add anything, or we can go forward. Yeah, someone open the microphone.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the noises. I'm in a terrace of a coffee cafe. So I wanted to address my fellow compatriot, Azar. As far as she said about those who really have nothing, especially after COVID, as I'm UCS Farsi, which I'm more acquainted with Farsi people and country. That's a subject which I really have it on my heart very much. And I'm ready to do anything as much as possible. I'm ready to volunteer for anything everywhere, which is working on helping these people. And I'll be glad to do anything I can. And thank you.
Thank you, Mehran. Meras, thank you so much. Yes, definitely help each other is the way forward. Supporting each other, maybe supporting each other is a better word, because when you support, you let people to do their life and you give them support without interfere as much. So we're going to have a question and answer after, so you can add more question. Now we're going to go forward with the slide, and we can comment this what happened, this video at the end. Thank you.
Thanks.
Rick, I mean, I see only a black screen, but don't know if it's just me.
Just a second, I'm just having trouble sharing here.
This one we're going to cover next week, so we can go forward.
Do we want to hear from the Bengali community?
Okay.
Ashfaq?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me well?
Perfectly.
All right. So, hello, everybody. I am Mosfek, representing Bengali community in the Universal Council. So today you heard all the wish at the beginning. Of course, we had a lot to talk about, the process of the interaction of the souls in Mr. Keshe's presentation. And here we look at the same things in a simpler day-to-day life situation. Of course, this connects up with the technology as it is being presented. So we'll explore those, perhaps not all today, but as we proceed, because there is a lot we can connect up together. And as we start from these simple things, we build up slowly. And then we see the science and the technology in its full manifestation in and around us. So in our wish, we talked about the children learning the science and bringing all sorts of things as a result of it. Not so much things to change. So I mean, the concept of children here is that they are very well open, willing to absorb new ideas towards the betterment of themselves and others. And this can be observed as we observe our children. And as we have talked about earlier, it's the children that we observe are us. Don't we have the same capacity of openness? Don't we have the same capacity, perhaps latent in the in our, may have been gotten covered up by the daily activities of our life, but it is there in its full glory. So this capacity that is embodied in the children, and that which we can see rapidly manifesting as we move towards a better future. Yes, the children will do a lot in this process, we as children will do a lot too. In this whole capacity to understand and manifest the science and the technology that we talk about, we are all doing it. All the knowledge seekers in the Keshe Foundation are doing it. And in doing so, we are connecting to our childlike qualities. And in many cases, we are inspiring those children around us of any age, really. And this, yes, we have this thing that we have done. We are kind of creating sparks here and there. And in creating these little sparks, we see people getting attracted to it. The spark is catching the fire, so to speak. And it reaches children, and not just the person who is getting attracted to it, but the real children, the children that are not as encumbered by the worldly affairs, although it's hard to avoid these days, but still they have that, the spark reaches them rather quickly. It can do it to us too. Some of us, in spite of everything around us, have and do maintain these attributes. And it's a reminder to those who, due to various daily chores, have forgotten that this side exists within us and around us, everywhere. Of course, and the willingness to create or contribute to the betterment of all of us is really what we are igniting. And we can do the GANs, we can do the plasma fields and everything. In the end, it is the field within us that we are bringing into action very positively and affecting everybody. One of the things that in our discussion came up today is, how do we reach the poor? How do we help them? How do we bring them to this science? As you can guess, part of the world I am right now living in is one of the poorest part, for whatever reason it may be. Right now, that's the state of affairs. I do see this kind of situation all the time, and I do interact with them. And I'm also, I know people who are better off. This we have a feeling that, materially they may be not as well off as, let's say, I am. But there are certain things in them that's easier to access. I find it much easier to reach them when it comes to plasma technology. Much more so than my relatives, who are better off educated, sort of in quote, in the traditional sense of the word. They do it. They're more open to it. And since there is no money involved, it's like, okay, if somebody's offering it, let's try it. That willingness that we see in children is very much alive in these poor people that we call them unfortunate. Are they? Maybe it's time that we learn from them what is humility, what humility brings us when it comes to learning. The children have it, so do these poor people. And it is very refreshing and encouraging to see this in real life, in having plasma technology benefit them in tangible ways. So this points to one of the most intriguing things, is that how, I mean, this is all for all of us. How can we further reach these kind of people? We don't have to talk in terms of, I mean, scientific jargons, but how can we reach them in a very simple, common, day-to-day things that they do? And here, I think the Keshe Foundation television is one of those. We are thinking in the right way, because this, they can, you know, as we talk in very simple language, it's very simple way of doing things in life, is one very tangible and useful way. Can we do more? This kind of things that is, you know, part of the daily life. You know, there. How can we reach them there? The child within them, so that they can learn to participate in this coming time of abundance, and engage them in rapid pace. Let's talk a little bit about the difficult situation people are facing because of the current global situation, political environment, and all pandemic environment, whatever you may call it. Here again, we see generally these kind of people are less susceptible to this kind of sickness. And it's very interesting. And I mean, they do get sick, this kind of sickness is present there, but they tend to recover more readily than those who are, let's say, more used to luxuries. And they have a sort of like, you know, an instinct of survival at a very simple and basic level that those of us who, being in luxury, become more afraid of things, they are not as easily afraid. So again, we see some things in them that we can all learn. And, you know, this is a very useful attribute for children to imbibe. And we can have this in the society, have this come forward in our activities. So how do we reach them? How do we reach them? They're actually, it's happening because of these lockdown and other things. Their suffering actually has increased, a lot more so than those of us who are, you know, financially better off, because their daily thing, like selling a few small trinkets or clothes or food, whatever, is much severely restricted. So it's a matter of survival, and that those who are engaged in creating this condition, we can elevate their soul. And those who are suffering from this condition, we can elevate the poor people that I'm talking about. We can elevate their souls too. And the solution will come rather quickly. So let's do that, and maybe we can do one of the Universal Council, several of the wishes, or one or more along this line. But those who are making this more obvious through the various restrictions, they're actually in a way working on behalf of bringing this kind of situation to everybody, to make it more obvious. So the change is, let's call it, not too far away. So all these, everybody's working towards, in a way, towards this change in their own way. Whether they think that they're doing otherwise, it's irrelevant, because our wish is peace and prosperity across the planet. And that's what they're serving. And is there a choice when we keep our wishes up and active every day and maintain it, sustain it, keep the fire going? Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, my dear Moshfik. And I will say in Bengali, Moshfik, dear Moshfik, love from the core of my heart and soul, and blessing of Ma. And I'll say it in Bengali as a part of Bengali community. প্রিয় Moshfik, তোমাকে হৃদয় দিয়ে ভালোবাসা আর আনন্দ দিই আর শুভেচ্ছা জানাই আর আসসালামু আলাইকুম বলি, নমস্কার। I want to add to Moshfik that what Moshfik has said, that when a rich man with an full of ego and buys everything, like, and throw two bread to a beggar, 4-day-old bread to a beggar, and the beggar humbly receives the two bread with his two hands holding the bread and says thank you. And the rich man who buys everything didn't able to buy happiness, buy peace, or snatch peace from somebody, cannot buy wisdom. So this is how in the plasma reality ethos work. You have to be humble to get this energy of love of the unified field of the universal grid. So this is how, as a mother, I also create this love for all the children of the world to be well always, and coming out of this trap of pain and suffering, abuse, to be in this unified field of the universal creator, to create their cup universal, and or we are creating the cup and go from oasis to oasis to live life living and to be in a civilization. Thank you so much. Thank you. Salam, namaste, salute.
Hi everybody, it's Dean here, representing the English community, or part of it, from obviously the UK. So the Dome of Peace from Mr. Keshe. Please remember this Sunday and every Sunday from now on until we raise the soul of this planet to a peaceful planet, KF knowledge seekers worldwide will spread the GANS waters around the world at 12 PM CET and or 18 PM CET every Sunday at the same time as they choose which time to suit them. Thank you for participating in this greatest movement by the soul of the man to bring about the peace on this planet as a permanent feature of the life of this planet. So it's a call to knowledge seekers. Let's together create the peace dome all over the planet. One cup, one life. And you see the dome of peace surrounding the planet. If you look at this image, this graphic that's in front of us now, and the star formation that is present in that configuration around the planet and in the middle of the planet. There's a wonderful community from the Spanish community who support the foundation and do much work for the foundation and spread the knowledge very beautifully. Liliana Lopez from the Spanish community on a Sunday is creating the Peace Dome by having a, I'll read the message she's put into the chat, so into the Telegram chat. Hello, good day. You're invited to all knowledge seekers around the world this Sunday, which will be the 1st of June 2021, an event via Zoom to spray water, plasma of 1 cup, 1 life. If they do not have, if they can use the plasma water of CO2 and ZNO to generate the dome of peace for the planet. A guided visualization will be made at these times. So I've been present in some of these meetings, and it's a wonderful opportunity for people to come together and to spread the peace dome by using the plasma waters of this knowledge from the 1 cup, 1 life that we create to give back to the creation, to give back to the children of mankind, all of us, each and every soul and entity that is present. The vertical friends, our horizontal friends, and all the souls and all the entities that are present on this planet. There are countless millions and trillions of souls that are present in every moment. And by creating the Peace Dome, we are giving back. And we spray these beautiful waters into the atmosphere, into the environment around us, and are receiving back many, many beautiful field strengths of love and many other attributes of the creation coming back to us by donating our time and energies and our abilities to understand the knowledge that has been brought forward by the foundation to initiate a beautiful condition of peace and love and wonderful universal knowledge that is present once more and present very much and thriving within the community of the Keshe Foundation and being spread by the knowledge seekers worldwide on a regular basis. So thank you all for participating, and please, if you can, participate on this Sunday, which is the June the 1st, 2021. It is at various different times around the planet. I can read a few. So there would be at 8:45 a.m. in Nevada, California, Phoenix, Tijuana, at 9:45 a.m. in Colorado, Costa Rica, Denver, El Paso, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. 10:45 a.m. in Ecuador, Colombia, Mexico, Panama, Peru. 11:45 a.m. in Bolivia, Canada, Chile, Cuba, Georgetown, Paraguay, Dominican Republic, Venezuela. 12:45 p.m. in Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay. At 4:45 p.m. in Canary Islands, UK, Ghana, and Portugal. 5:40 p.m. in Germany, Austria, Cairo, Spain, France, Italy. 6:45 p.m. in Athens, Romania, and Russia. 8:15 p.m. in Tehran. 1:45 a.m. in Australia. So there are some places all around the planet that are participating and can be present in this wonderful movement of spreading the dome of peace all across the planet. Thank you.
Hello, I am also Dean. Thank you. Thank you so much. I have also typed this in our chat, the Liliana Lopez Knowledge Seeker spraying. It's very beautiful, beauty and totality. We all spray for the dome of peace, for the home of peace. And there is a code and the Zoom ID also given in the chat. Thank you so much. Join the knowledge seekers spraying from all over the world. Very beautiful. Thank you, Liliana, for all these arrangements. Thank you so much. Hello, this is an invitation to join the Universal Council membership or the Universal Council support membership. Welcome, my dear beautiful souls. Welcome, my dear ones, to the beautiful energy of the knowledge seekers and the knowledge seekers of the the Keshe Foundation, and the beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. And this is an invitation, or you can say a call of love, an appeal of love to join the beautiful energy universal. So as we have seen the universal cup, make a wish pure, the intention pure, the destination will be reached. So this is how it will work, connect accordingly, according to the fields of love, kindness, care, light, and ethos of the universal field of the unified field of the universal creator. So Rick, there's an application. Can you click on it? Please to join the universal community, as we are all universal. Please join as a Universal Council member to help humanity to elevate, as Universal Council support member for the humanity to elevate as a collective effort. And there can be, yes, this is the Universal Council page. So be it, so it is. The violet flame, the purity, as the universal cup has been shown, the intention, the purity. So the wish should be pure. Otherwise, everything is like metals and matter and elements around as we are in. So this is the page of the Universal Council website, page in the Keshe Foundation website. This is the logo of the Universal Council. See the light of enlightenment carrying our essence to the other side. We are going out from this village, the trap of earth, in a way to free mankind from all evils, I will say. Thank you. And see, I will call this light as Mitra, our friend. Enhance it, feel it, be friend with it. It will talk to you forever. So yes, there is the application coming, and see the colors, so beautiful. So I'll say this is the color of I am present, kind of. It is my way of saying that, because it can protect you. These colors will protect you. This is the colors of your aura, our aura, universal aura. So this is the application, my dear ones. In the color violet or purple or whatever you see, maybe red. So this is the application. Fill this with your pen. Fill this with your soul pen also, because this is most necessary. You cannot gain peace or have peace buying. You have to be in the level of understanding what is peace, that is always there, to be in the universal way of conducting anything in any condition. So fill this form, my dear, with the universal, to be the soul pen, and which is universal, of course, and a pen of physicality to take responsibility for from others, on behalf of others, those who even don't know light exists, and I will call them the innocents. So this is what the application is. Please fill the application. It may take some time to process, as many conditions are going on around, and we all know, and everything will be receiving, and the giving will start it. And there is always giving here, and the receiving and giving is always here. There is no term as selection or like this. So Rick, can we go to the other slide? There's a link slide. Yes. Yeah, this is the links to the documents of the UC Charter. Please go through how the soul works, how to work with your soul of man and soul of physicality. The UC mandate, which is very mandatory, please go through it. And the UC, the Earth Constitution, which is very necessary now to be known, as we are still here and creating the oasis to travel to give the knowledge in a way in each piece of land, to be an oasis, to transmute, transform, and be a transporter to the universe accordingly. Well, now the most important thing is the Peace Roadmap, which is the Golden Silk Road, so radiating. Please join the Peace Road, which is always dancing, singing, and all that is in love, like marriages, like celebrations, so much in a way, always. We don't have to wait for a celebration. It is a celebration always. So please join the walk with all of us, walk with us with this peace roadmap. And as we know, the Universal Cup, make a wish, clear your intention in purity, and there is a destination that has been created. So thank you very much, my dear souls. Welcome again, welcome, suswagatam. Thank you so much, beautiful souls. Salam, namaste, salute. And if there is any interaction, anybody, any beautiful soul wants to interact, please do.
Okay, we've come to the Q&A and comments part of the show. We do have a hand up here with Salamia. So perhaps we can hear from her.
Hello, Rick. Hello, Dean. Hello, dear Universal Council. So happy to see you, to be with you every week, once a week. I would like to share with you about the structural piece. We need a structure of society which create equality and create in reality equality as we have in the plasmatic reality, to have also in the physicality equality. In this way, we will perhaps not have so much poor people which can't afford to have what they need daily. One way to build this new structure of the society is plasma science, because plasma science is an instrument to get rid of all imbalances between poor and rich people, between science and religion, between men and women, and so on. I think that if at international level we will not have superpowers, which are the policemen, the gendarmes of all international system, this is a beginning to create a new world order in which every people and every nation are treated equal and have access to all opportunities of the universe. We have the noble mission to teach humanity, to teach the humanity to remember, to connect with the fields of the universe in order to get the energy needed for self-feeding. As plants did and do every moment. Maybe we can teach animals also. I don't know how, but I think that at the soul level to do the same things. And this cup of the universe can be the starting point to teach the humanity how to feel, to have the six senses of feeling the fields, and not only feeling, but to be aware of the absorption of the fields, and also be aware of the exchange of energy, because we also give energy to other people and to the universe. The planet bring energy from the universe, from solar system and other galaxies, but also give back energy which doesn't, but unfortunately this energy is entropic. That's why it's compulsory and is urgency. Now is climate change, to change the way of created energy. Energy without creating entropy. Energy, clean energy from the universe. Even transportation in the universe and to the planet, using the magnetic fields of the magnetosphere and magnetic fields of the universe. This line of the flux and guns, these cups of life, just explain us how is possible to use this line of flux to move. We do not move because of the gravitation or anti-gravitation. We move because of this exchange of energy and this quantum leap, energy leap from one level to another level of the energy, state level of the energy. For example, from matter with a small m to nano state to GANs state, which are visible, and this GANs is half visible, part invisible, because deals with emotion, and we can see emotion, we can touch emotions, but we can feel emotions. And truth emotion, to have a quantum leap, an energetic leap of many order of magnitude to higher state of energy, of plasma energy. This type of energy is needed to access, which is from abundance in the universe, and could be free for everybody. Will be so much resistance because there are so many people which wants to control these resources, energetic resources. So a new kind of international system where everybody is equal and has the same opportunity and the freedom to access the abundance of the universe in order to get the peace in interior and the peace between ethnicities, between families, between communities, peace inside the family, peace inside the family as a whole of this planet, and why not from the universe and unicos. All what we need is peace, and peace could bring abundance. Love is part of the peace. Also, unity is a condition of getting peace, and love is a condition of the unity. So unity is in balance, always balancing rich and poor, men and women, science and religion. And I think that is necessary to put the sign equal between theology and, as I said, science, because we have only one spirituality, only one religion. So why to talk about religion? Because we have all the same source, the creator, and Mother Mitra, which came from times to times to give love and light to the children. We are the children, and together we will co-create a world according and in synchrony with our peaceful and harmonical nature. Is schizophrenia to create a world plane of conflicts, which is in disagreement with our balancing Maghraf nature. We are always looking for Maghraf in our side, and we need to have also outside of us Maghraf. We create this artificial barrier between inside and outside, because this barrier is only in our mind. It's our construct, is a continuum, and this continuum is Maghraf, is balanced. So if everybody will be aware of this harmony, and every day when we wake up, we imagine a world plenty of harmony, equality, and justice, I'm sure that we will not have children struggling for finding something to eat, because they'll get free from the universe. They'll get free by accessing the energy of the fields of the universe. More than 80% already we use it at this level. I thank to Mr. Keshe, because at this time he gave an instrument for educating humanity and also astronauts to be independent of this physicality, solid food, and in the future to start to create water. Next crisis will not be alimentary, will be a crisis of water. So just to start to prepare from nowadays, creation of water and clean air. This to be our task for the future, to give to people free access to knowledge in order to get water, to get energy from the soul, I mean food from the soul, and to get fresh air, because also air, when we respirate, inhaling, and we bring energy in our body. This fresh air, this oxygen, is just energy for balancing and feeding our soul. We know there are many people which never eat or drink water, but they use the fresh air. They use the air to have all what we need in our body, because our body can create all elements from the universe, including water. thank you for listening me. And I have a small video of 2 minutes and 12 seconds with Dome of Peace. I did it on last week, and just for you to finish with this one, if you like.
No, we can't play that because it's got background music in it. You'll have to make your videos without background music so that we can.
Yes, okay, yes. Okay, next time I will do without any music. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a lovely video. I think you put the link in the chat. Is
Yeah,
that the
maybe you can play without sound and I can talk.
It won't make sense. I don't think it's.
No.
Your words are very nice and it was a beautiful video, but it just had the background music, and unless you play background music that's free and copyright free, and then you have to put down in writing what the music was and how you got it to be copyright free and so on and so forth, and it has to be submitted to KFTV in order to
yes. But if
broadcast.
I play with guitar, my guitar, a song, it's okay, and just improvised what bring on my mind, it's okay.
Sure, as long as it's not a cover song for some other music that's already out there. Sure.
Yeah, because it's better with music, you know.
Yeah,
bring you
definitely
emotions. And yeah,
it might be hard to spray and play guitar at the same time. Maybe you need a backup. Maybe you could do guitar on top. You know, you could.
No. Before register my myself and just put it and acknowledge that this is my music.
Right.
Could be one idea. I don't know.
That can work.
Okay. Because I am working, I know I promise you that I will heal humanity with the help of music and poetry and sound of my voice, because this is the aim, to heal, to bring energy from the soul to humanity. And maybe I will register before and send to you, because I'm not allowed, I'm working, and during my
and it's also up to the Universal Council what they want to present, so it has to go through them as well.
in your reactor group, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Your reactor group tomorrow or other time.
Sure.
Now I'm free. I'm after my work, but during reactor group I work. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Thank you very much.
Okay, do we have any other comments or questions? Just
Rick,
looking at
it's Dean here. Can I quickly just make a comment? I'm very sorry I got the date wrong on the spray in the dome this Sunday. It should be on the 1st of the 8th, which is the 1st of August. I think I said June, so I apologize for that. So it is the 1st of August, this Sunday, for spraying the Peace Dome. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rick.
Okay, good. Thanks, Dean. What other announcements do we have? Isn't there TV Galactica as well happening? Is that today? Tonight? Does anybody know?
I think, Rick, yeah, that is usually at 11:59 p.m. tonight, as far as I'm aware. And that's usually the TV Galactica that is the Universal Council answering questions through this TV Galactica. Thank you, Rick.
Right, and that's available through, I think, Facebook and YouTube under TV Galactica for their live shows. Okay, well, there is the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group coming up starting at 7 a.m. tomorrow, Wednesday, July 28th. and people are invited to bring their replications of the plasma technology or questions and comments, and we cover a variety of topics, and it's for both beginners and experts. We have knowledge seekers that can answer questions, and it can be a lot of fun, and we get into some pretty interesting topics. So folks are invited to that.
Rick, is this is your class Reactor group is 7 a.m. Canadian time?
No, that's 7 a.m. Central European time.
Okay. And what time is your time?
10 p.m. Tonight on Tuesday.
Okay, thank you.
That would be Pacific time. Danilo is asking in the chat, can I share a dream about traveling through emotion? Well, we're getting on a bit on our broadcast here, but I would like to hear about that. How does that sound? Let's hear from Danilo. Maybe there, I can allow you to talk, Danilo. You can go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me good?
Yes, yes.
So it's a dream that I had like months ago. I feel not so free to talk about dreams all the time here. I don't know if it is the best place for doing this. If no, I'm so sorry. But for me, it's a very significant dream, okay?
I think it's appropriate, so go ahead, sure.
Yeah. I was in my dream, then 3 knowledge seekers appeared in my dream, and they told me, oh, do you want to see a transportation device? And I said, of course, show me. And they got like a round mirror, and they put this mirror on the ground. And this mirror started to project the image of a sun, a projection of a sun, like a sunset. And when I see the sun, I start to feel the biggest love I ever felt, the real love, the unconditional love. And I think, oh my God, this is the real love. I never knew the love, the unconditional love. And I start to feeling so good, so much love because of the sun. The sun was giving me that feeling of love. And then when I realized I was there, I was in another place seeing in reality that sun, that sunset, you know. And they told me, you must do it by your emotion. You cannot rationalize. You cannot use your mind to travel by emotion. You need to trust your emotion. And I changed my location. I was in one place, then I was in another place, and I travel by the emotion of the sun. I connected to the love of the sun. And I was today wondering, maybe that's how I came to be here on earth. I was in another place with my soul. I'm just wondering. And then I saw a very beautiful star, which is the sun. And I felt the love and the feeling of that being, which is the sun. And I felt, oh my God, that's good. It feels good, this love. I wish I could be there. And then I just leave my soul place, and I came here to live a century, and it's like 5 seconds to my soul in that place that I was. I'm just wondering about this. I just want to share this beautiful dream with you. I hope you like it. Thank you, everybody.
Beautiful dream indeed. Thank you, Danilo.
Yeah, thank you.
You are a lucky man.
Yeah, I wish I could, you guys could say something about this dream. It makes any sense to you traveling by emotion? It makes any sense on plasma physics? Can you, if you want, you guys or you, Rick, add something about this dream? Make any sense? Thank you.
Well, it absolutely makes sense. I mean, this is the whole key, as has been mentioned earlier in today's workshop as well, that love connection being so important to bring about the universal peace. And that is the connection also in the dream state, or the connection between the soul and the physicality. It's all a part of the same equation. And once you reach that point of unconditional love, then that's where it's at, basically. That's the in a way the ultimate that we can wish for, to be able to both receive and give that unconditional love.
But Rick, what about the emotion equals emotion? So I connected to the emotion of the sun, then I traveled with the motion, you know?
Emotion. So emotional motion.
If I
Anybody
can
else?
add to this, it is like, you see, the mind, the logical mind cannot get us anywhere. And actually, if you can even hold, even anger, if you can hold it so intense, so for such a long time, actually with that emotion, even with this anger, you can get enlightenment. That's how emotion can be. So the whole thing about us as a life is surrendering to the life itself. And actually a lot of Sufis and yogis and in the past, in the ancient time, even now, the only way they know how to even feel the grace of God is through surrendering and just be the life you are. Actually, is there's a writer, is Carlos Castaneda. He was he had a teacher. He had a, I don't know if I told you guys this story, but he had a Indian American teacher, and then his teacher told him once, when we are born, there's a mansion. This mansion has 1,000 rooms, and when you conceived, you're born in one room, which is called awareness. And he said, this Indian American told Castaneda that if you let me be your teacher and teach you, I can teach you, because the only way you can have access to the other 999 room is through death. But he said, I can teach you how to access the other 999 rooms before you die. Even if you stay with me longer, I can teach you how even get out of this mansion and go explore other places beside this mansion. And then when we look at it, even Indian American at that time, they had access to the other cosmos and universes. They would travel, the Sufis and these people. So how do they do it? Is through the emotion, through the surrounding. Because the more you gather information, because what Mr. Keshe is teaching us, you understand the science of creation, but you don't make it like a physics you learn, that you like work with a formula. Now I'm just gonna try to figure it out. There's no figuring that out. Is a knowing, which is like a fountain. It just explodes within us. And once we opened that fountain started to become just like that fountain of knowledge within a human being is just like a clogged up fountain. And once you start opening it up, it just become more and more and more, and become like a huge, you become a ball of wisdom. And that's how I look at it. So is the emotion more than the logic, and the mind can take us where we want to go. And to play with the emotion, and play with the emotion means also play with the field, because we go with feeling. Like the minute something comes to you as a feeling in encountering your daily routine, if you act on it, actually that's the essence of your soul. The minute you think about if I should do it or not do it, logic comes in. Actually, that's the physical soul. But the feeling that you get sometimes certainty to do immediately when you act on it is a natural way of what life works in you. But then a lot of us, something comes up, then we start logically dwell on it. So if I do it this way, it's going to happen this. Then if I do it that way, it's going to happen this, pros and cons. The minute we fall into that, actually you kind of messed up. But if we, on a constant basis, on a regular basis, worked with our feelings rather than what is logically, why am I doing this? Actually, that's the better way to go and touch the feeling, start to be more in tune with the creator which is within us, which is the life, the soul itself, because the soul is part of the creator which is within us.
I would like to add as well something very small. Thank you, Asa. That was brilliant. Yes, thank you, Danilo, for sharing this dream. Mr. Keshe, when we were doing the Mojan, he always said, when you think is not it. So you have to start feeling. And as I said, we start to even simply to start to be aware how in which about your feeling and the people around you. Can you feel the way they feel? And with feelings and sensation, you change structure. And he showed even in this cup of the universe how through feelings you can manifest different things. So, and it happened to you many times, but we don't pay attention. It's like, let's say you have to, something come up suddenly, and you have to do something, I don't know, like I said many times, the example of the mother saving the children from an accident, and you hear this story where she had incredible force. So this energy that comes from nowhere is the feelings of love, and she suddenly become like a superwoman, no? And she maybe lift a heavy car to get free the children. You can hear this story, and that is to understand that the feeling changing the structure. So the feelings, the sensation are the tool for us to replicate. So for example, Danilo, now he felt in this dream the feelings of unconditional love from the sun. Now the skill will be, can you replicate that? Can you replicate that feeling? And when you replicate that, when you are able to replicate that feeling of unconditional love, like maybe this mother, then suddenly your physical structure change out of nowhere. So this is, I think, very important, what also Azar was saying. So through feeling, we can change a total structure. So when you're happy, you can say it on yourself, you can see on your daily life. When you're happy, you suddenly go energy, nothing bother you, you don't worry about the weather, and you have this strength inside you. If someone tell you a bad news, suddenly everything change. The way you walk, the way you stand, the way you feel, your body get tense. So each one of us felt that it was to just learn how to use them as a tool to create condition to find peace or to find what we need. I just want to say this. Thank you.
Also, I can tell you from a couple. I mean, I had experienced this a couple of times. You see, in the future, we will talk to each other telepathically. It means there's no word because we feel each other. We know each other's need. So now my experience is this: the minute you know that you understand, you know it, and you say, I got it, I know what's the secret of creation, I know this. The minute you feel so joyful, the minute you come and utter it, actually, that's the time you lose it, because the arrogance comes in. That's why as we go toward the future, when we start feeding each other, we don't need, because we all know we know, because there is no notion of, okay, let me tell everybody I know, because the moment I say, oh, let me tell everybody I know, that's the arrogance comes in. Because that's why this knowing is going to happen to all of us, and we all going to know that we know. Because we understand the life within us that is constantly throbbing and constantly exchanging energy with each other. So I can feel your needs, I can feel your happiness, I can feel your joy, I can feel everything that you feel. And then if I feel something is necessary, you need, I give, because it's automatic, it's not thinking. So that's how it's going to become. So it's for each of us to understand the essence of our soul, which is that essence of knowing, but not necessarily something that I can teach you. I can tell you, oh, I got it, Stefania, I got it, Rick. I know what's all about, because I can't. Because the minute you utter it, you lose it. You come, actually, you fall down with your head down, because the arrogance came in. So it's for us to dig in ourselves and deep down, because I made another, I don't know, it was one of the question of the, I think, TV Galactica about human being, because I keep asking that question for myself. I'm asking, what is that golden lock? Because I made an analogy of human being is just like a bird with two beautiful wings, it can fly everywhere, anywhere he wants. But we value gold. We made the golden lock out of golden lock for a wing, and we put our wings in a lock. But it's shining, and we love gold, and we look at it, and we mesmerized by this golden lock, and we put our lock in our wing, and we don't want to fly because we never tasted the fly. But in a matter of fact, if we remove that gold, we pass that shininess of gold, remove it, then we fly, then we're going to say, wow, what did I miss? So the question for each of us is, what is this golden lock that I'm holding on to, that don't let my wings to be freed from this lock? For each of us, it's different. Your golden lock, what is that? I keep asking myself, what is this golden lock that I'm attaching and I'm holding it, and I look at it, I look at the beauty of it, and I don't want to let go and unlock it and free myself. So each of us has something that we have to dig in and find that essence that can unlock that lock and then free us and be able to fly everywhere we want to go. And we don't need anything.
Thank you, Azar. Well, we're getting up over 2.5 hours here, and it's going to be hard for editors to cut out a half hour of the show if we have to make it a 2-hour show. So we have to probably bring things to a close here. But is there any final comments before we end? Okay, I thought I'd play, well, actually, we know we had the final thank you to be read. And I was going to play some ads for the KF store as well before as an ending. But we need a Universal Council member to read the thank you.
I will read, dear Rick. Thank you. Thank you so much. I give freely from my soul to all souls in existence. Take what you need, the Universal Council. I will present.
Thank you, Sweta. I am present as well. Okay, I'm going to play some of the ads for the KF store and we'll end the meeting. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending today's 180th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace.
Innovative, revolutionary, stellar development, purest universal knowledge. In a transformative, futuristic design. The Universal Body Enhancement Spaceship Unit. The very first new evolutionary spaceship technology has been rolled out for mass production. Our Universal Body Enhancement Spaceship Unit is constructed from high-quality materials carefully selected by our team of experts. Embedding the essence of the new GANS plasma science and technology, it uses collective plasma field technology for changing and enhancing the environment of the body of the man. This new plasma enhancement changes the environment of the body to allow it to return to its natural, balanced energetic condition, as in the womb of the mother, allowing every cell in the body of the man to find its natural, original field strength balance. The shape and field distribution in this new space plasma technology replicates the inner structure of the universe, and replicates the balance fields from which the man was created at the point of inception in the womb of the mother, not only receiving balance in the physical, but also in the emotional sense too. For the first time in the history of man, a system has been developed and delivered which not only enhances the physical body of the man, but also enhances the emotional part of the user of the system, hence reducing and eliminating many problems that could not be solved in the world of science, to bring the body of the man into near perfection, as at the time of birth. This new spaceship technology can be within the reach of every man today and can be ordered by medical practitioners, sports specialists and healthcare centres. The Universal Enhancement Spaceship Unit, the future you have been waiting for, is here. The journey from space to spaceship technology has started. Every order is subject to a contractual agreement and might require additional accessories priced separately for applications according to each case. You can order or contact us at office@at.kfm.global for additional information. Hello. We are the Keshe Foundation. Our mission is to bring peace on earth and join humanity with the universal community. We wish and work to bring man as equal to all beings in the universe. By teaching plasma science and technology equally to everyone, no one is left out and no one is abused due to lack of knowledge. By donating to us, you can help achieve this goal. KesheFoundation.org/donate.